Happy morning, everyone. It's Saturday, which means another video from me. And in case you've been living under a rock, LA is basically on fire. Not like it was literally on fire, but yesterday it was anywhere from 110 to 120 degrees depending on where you were. Which I'm not a fan of. I'm not into the heat, so this is too much for me. It is too much. However, I have AC in my apartment, so guess we'll just hang out under a blanket today. Happy Saturday, everyone. Good morning. How are ya? Hi. Hi. We got the little guy here. If you'll notice, we're in a new spot and on some new furniture. Very exciting for us. What the hell? Oh, there's a hair tie underneath my foot and it felt weird. That's, you know, just part of living with a cat and a dog. They just take your hair ties and throw them everywhere. Anyway, good morning. Got my coffee here. It's hot original roast Dunkin' with some agave and silk soy creamer. So cheers, bitches. No bork. I literally just made it, so it's actually still pretty hot. But anyway, so I'm still in my apartment, as you can see by my dog painting still being in the same spot that it is, where it always is. I don't know why I said it like that, but it made sense at the time. So we're still in my apartment. This week, this chair is just so comfortable. I couldn't not do a video in it. It's my new recliner. So I got this week, with the help of Minerve, we picked up a recliner, and then kind of like it's over here, and I don't want to move the camera because I don't want to get up, but there's a duo recliner that we also got. So now I have a full set of furniture in my living room instead of just a love seat that only I can ever fit on to sleep. So that was cool. And so I just wanted to sit here this week. I'm kind of experimenting. Last week I didn't set up my light, which after I watched it back I realized was maybe a mistake, because usually what I'll do is I'll open, my biggest window is in my living room. So that's my little start of natural light, just so it's not completely washed out with my ring light, which is my second source of light. So I try to open my blinds as much as I can without my neighbors being able to just stare at what I'm doing. But so I'll open the curtains in the living room, and then the ones in my kitchen the light doesn't really go far enough to light where I'm at there, because the window is way over on the other side, and so it kind of stops about halfway through the kitchen. So that's why I use the ring light, so that you can actually see my face. And last week I decided I just wanted to do a quick video and not use my ring light, and then I watched it and I realized it's not very good, because you can't really see me all that well, but it's okay. It's up there, it's done. We're fine, we're here. So that was, you know, my recap from last week. So as I've said, this chair is very comfortable, and it was easier for me to just kind of set up my camera and light in here instead of trying to finagle everything in the kitchen. It's a little, well, not a little, it's a lot more spacious in my living room than it is in my kitchen. Obviously it's a bigger room, but also I really just wanted to sit in this chair and drink coffee. Okay, I think I can hold this now. Yeah, so this week was pretty, other than yesterday was just so hot, it was distracting, you know. Everybody was posting about it online. I saw several Instagrams and pictures on Facebook of people posting how hot it was on their car thermometers, and I was just sitting in my office and thinking, I cannot deal with this. This is like Vegas last year EDC heat. It's just way too damn hot. and I'm not a fan of the heat, so I basically stayed inside and just had the AC on here all day yesterday. And then last night I thought it would cool down enough that I could just turn off the AC and sleep normally. That's not, I mean, I guess it's kind of true. I fell asleep last night and woke up very early this morning because it was too hot and I just couldn't sleep. And so I turned the air on and moved into the living room and fell back asleep, and then realized I have to actually get up at some point to be constructive. But if I'm being completely honest, the reason why I woke up is because I remembered that the new episode of The Pioneer Woman airs at 7 a.m. my time, and it was like 7:08, and so I went back into my room, which is this door here. So that's basically the layout of my apartment, which I've debated doing an apartment tour, which is kind of weird because I don't really have much of an audience like my sister. Hello, whenever you're watching this, I love you, and see you when you come over, or well, come to visit in a few weeks. So the way that my apartment goes is my kitchen's over here with the dining area. This is the living room, and then there's my bathroom and my bedroom. And the thing about my bedroom is that it faces the sun. So it's, and my bathroom as well. Yesterday when I was in my bathroom, it might have been yesterday or the day before, I thought that the heater was on because it was so hot in there. And that's just how hot it gets because there's no ventilation in my bathroom, which kind of sucks, but I mean, I didn't design this apartment, so it's not my fault. But my bedroom faces the same wall, and usually it stays pretty cool, but especially yesterday it just was getting way too hot. Like the living room stays a pretty cool temperature. It's in the like shaded side of the building, and I have the AC in here, which is always nice. But when I was looking at this apartment, I was moving out of my old apartment, and in that apartment I had a little window unit that my parents had brought me, and so I would use that because that apartment didn't come with a unit. And I don't know why in my head when I was moving in here I thought that there were window units, which technically the one in here is a wall unit. There's a massive hole in the wall where my AC is. So there's one in the living room, and I don't know why when I was moving I thought, oh, there's one in the bedroom too, I don't have to worry about it. And so I left my old one on the curb because I didn't want to make room in my car to bring it, and so I just left it, and now my room just gets insanely hot. So looking into buying another one because I want to be able to sleep in my room at night and not want to, you know, just sleep in cold water basically to stop the heat. So that's where I'm at with my life and furniture stuff. I feel like that was a really random rambling conversation, but that's okay. So yeah, I had a whole different idea for what I wanted to talk about this week, but I woke up and realized I wasn't organized enough to do it, so that's gonna have to wait till next week. Because I want to have all my thoughts together and know what I'm going to be talking about, so I don't just ramble like I just did for about 10 minutes. I really wish I had more interesting stories for this week, I guess. I did, I think I had mentioned last week, we did end up going to the Loop, and it wasn't a wasted trip because I always like getting out and going to new places, you know, like anything that there's a Facebook video about or people are really into food-wise. I always want to go see it. Like, I still haven't been to Yeasty Boy Bagels, and I really want to go, mostly because I follow them on Instagram and they have really great looking bagels. It's just that they're always pretty far from the valley, I guess, so I don't ever take the time to go. But so we did go. The lemonade when you saw the video on Facebook, it looked really glittery and pretty and like a spectacle. So when we got there, I got that lemonade because they have a couple other ones, but I got the one with the glitter in it. And it was kind of lackluster. And then, you know, we weren't super hungry when we got there, so I got like a churro, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not really into churros, but like it was okay and it was worth the trip. You know, it's always fun to like get out of the house and do something, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really feel like driving an hour for a lemonade that's like slightly above average. And like, I don't know, I like the concept, but I think it's definitely something that I would be more into if I lived closer, you know, because then it'd be a lot more accessible, whereas this time we had to drive pretty far to get there, and so I don't really want to be in the car for that long, but you know, it's fine. And then 4th of July too, not that it was super lackluster, but we didn't really do anything. I mean, let me think. I feel like, oh, so that was the day that we got all the furniture. So we rented a U-Haul truck, loaded it up, brought it back, and put everything inside. Had Fatburger for dinner, for lunch. Another fun development is that I recently signed up for Postmates Unlimited, which is kind of ridiculous because I used to work for Postmates, so I think they used to give us free delivery anyway, but now they don't. And so I signed up, and let me tell you, it is probably one of the better decisions I've made. It's sort of like, so the thing about Postmates is that they, and I feel like they do this with their drivers too, which I can say because I used to work for them, not like as my main job, but as like an extra money kind of thing. And they kind of frame things in a way that sounds really enticing, but it's usually not so much so. For example, when I was driving for them, they used to do bonuses randomly. So they would say, if you do 2 deliveries, we'll give you a $50 bonus, or, you know, do X amount. And so they used to give bonuses a lot. And that was really cool because it was easy money, and I could just say, okay, I'll just do this and get some extra cash, you know, because I used to get parking tickets from time to time, and I hate paying for them with my own money, so I would just do that and get the extra money. So it was like it wasn't coming out of my main paycheck, it was just coming out of the extra funds. So recently what they've been doing is guaranteed $300 for a payout. The problem is that you have to do 30 deliveries to get said $300, which doesn't sound like that difficult of a thing. Usually they give you about 3 days to do it. So if you do 10 deliveries a day, you get a guaranteed $300. However, that includes your tips and anything else. So if you get a $15 delivery and then a $5 tip, that's $20 out, and that's more that they wouldn't be paying you. So in theory, if every delivery is $10, then they don't give you anything extra. 30 times 10, I think that's right, yeah. So it sounds a lot better than it is. And then same goes for Postmates Unlimited. They're like, free delivery, unlimited, no matter what, but you have to spend at least $20 to get said free delivery. So sounds like a good idea, probably not that great, but hey, I wanted it and I got it, so there's that. Anyway, I'm gonna do a hard stop there because I have places to go and things to do today. And yeah, so we're about to hit 15 minutes and I don't want to edit this, so I'm gonna cut it off really short. But thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you, we love you, and we'll see you next Saturday, most likely. Maybe Sunday, but we're gonna shoot for Saturday.